Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Michael Conti and today we're going to be talking about eCampus and Sakai. So starting here in Google, this is the browser of choice that I have, but obviously it's going to work for whatever you use, Firefox, Safari, and this is what we're going to be using to access eCampus and Sakai. So starting from Google here, the first thing we want to do is go to uri.edu. This is going to bring us to the front page of the University of Rhode Island's website, and you can see that it has been revamped over the years. There's some information for new coming students or anyone who's interested in looking into the university. But what we're interested in is this U tab right here that has a drop-down menu. So we have student, which is what we're interested in today. And we're going to be talking about eCampus and Sakai. So let's start with eCampus because it seems a little bit more intimidating than Sakai in my opinion, but it's an important tool and resource that URI has that you should become familiar with. So if you don't know your user ID or your password, please call the URI help desk. You can contact them here at 874-4357 and they'll be able to help you with that. But usually it's going to be your email without any underscores, so mine would be Michael Conti, and that's because my email is michaelconti@uri.edu. So again, it's just going to be everything to the left side of the @ symbol, and if you have an underscore like this, usually that's removed. Okay, so let me just sign in and we'll see what eCampus has to offer. Great. So right off the bat, you see this self-service applicant center. And then you have some basic information about your status here at the University of Rhode Island, right? So what term it is, what specific academic career you're pursuing, and the major that you're interested in. Scrolling down, there's quick access links to really important or the most used features in eCampus. So there's how to search for a class, how to plan, enroll, the different academics. So here you can see your official or unofficial transcript, which is what you're going to be doing at the end of this semester, hopefully, to see what grades you got, and then your financial information here. So below this, there's personal information. I'm not going to share that with you guys, but just take a look, make sure that your mailing address and your billing address are accurate there. Okay, so this is the front page of eCampus. So not bad right off the bat. We see to the left that there's some tools here, and these tools expand. But these tools are also accessible here in the main menu. There's a little drop down here. This is how I prefer to navigate eCampus, using this drop down menu. But if you do select, for example, self-service, if you click it right there, these are all of the different things that you can do in self-service. And they kind of break it down a little bit more. So if you're interested in campus finances, it shows you, if you click campus finances, what those kind of subcategories are. So it's really nice if you're on a desktop or a laptop to navigate eCampus this way. But if you're on mobile, which I know a lot of students are doing, instead of loading all of those pages, if you're not connected to the internet, more often than not, students are going to be using this here. Just so they don't have to reload 1, 2, 3 different pages. Okay, so I'm just going to go over a couple of few things that eCampus has to offer. Definitely not going to be covering everything here because I want to keep it short and sweet, but if you do have any questions or something that I didn't cover, please feel free to reach out to me during the semester, either before class, during class, or after class, and I'll be happy to jump right into it with you. So the first thing here is that I'd like to point out is the URI emergency alert system. Here, if you aren't already enrolled, this is where you can access, this is where you can get instant notifications via email, text, or phone call of anything that's happening on campus that you should be aware of. So this includes weather events, if there's any danger that you should be aware of at the university, or power outages. This is the best way to get that information to you very quickly and efficiently. So if you haven't already, definitely connect to the URI emergency alert system, and then it's going to redirect you here where you can kind of give your information and register. So that's a really great resource that I recommend all students participate in, whether you're living on campus or commuting. It's important to know what's going on in your community, and just so you have, you are aware of that. So going back to the home page, let's take a look at self-service. These are important, but I think that self-service, there's a lot to offer right here. So I just want to take a quick look at self-service first. So looking at the options that self-service has, this, you're not going to see this here, that's for me. But if you are a student that's working on campus, either at Ramsden, or if you end up becoming a TA for the computer science department, which I certainly encourage if that's something you're interested in, this is where you're going to be reporting your hours. So it's interesting, you're going to see a little tab here and it's going to say, okay, report hours. You can click that and expand that. But when that time comes, you should be receiving a formal training on that, so there's nothing to worry about there. But for everyone, this class search and browse catalog is a really nice feature that you should be aware of. So if you're interested in searching for a class, you can just click class search, and then you're brought to this page where you're going to be entering the different criteria that you have for whatever you're looking for. So let's say that you're interested in all of the computer science classes that are going on, let's say next semester. So that's going to be spring 2019. So we'll select spring 2019 for the term. And we're interested in, so not graduate, so we can say undergraduate. And we're interested in computer science. So that's CSC. So you can just type that in and click it. Make sure you have CSC here. And if you're doing a general search, you can go right off and click, and that's going to show all the computer science courses that are offered. If you're looking for a specific course, you can type in that course code. So CSC 106 is the joy of programming, but let's just do the general search first. So because I didn't target a specific class, I'm going to get a lot of returns because we have a lot of computer science courses here at URI. That's fine. So we can see that CSC 101 is running. We can see it's Tuesday and Thursday, and this is the location and the instructors here, and these are, how long that semester is going to be. So really great to see all of the different instructors and the days and times that these classes run. So as we see, 106 Joy of Programming is right here. So these are all classes that are in the green status or open status for spring. I don't believe that you can enroll yet because it's still too early, but when that time does come, you can click on the class and you should be able to add it into your cart. Okay, so let me go back home and we're going to take a look at self-service again. And I'm interested in enrolling. So very similar to searching a class, enrolling here. If you want to enroll in the class, you can click this enrollment. I have this blow-up menu, and we want to add a class. Okay, so like I said, I don't have access at this time because it's too early in the semester, but it's very, very similar to this search feature. Basically, when you're going to add a class, it's going to say, okay, search for a class, and then it will direct you here. So just a little information, a little bit of information that I think you might be interested in. When you're searching for specific classes, let's say I'm interested in Computer Science 106, The Joy of Programming. So this is fall 2018, so this is this current semester that we're in right now. And say that I want to see if there's any availability. So I can click search, but we see that the search returns no results. That's interesting because I know for a fact that CSC 106 is running this semester. But the reason why it's not showing anything is because this Show Open Classes Only option is selected. So if I deselect that option and I search again, we see the Joy of Programming. So it returns our result that we're expecting, but the status of the course is closed. More often than not, this is either because it's fully enrolled or it's past the enrollment period, so you can no longer access it. But you can see how many students are there by clicking this. And we see the class capacity is at 90 and the enrollment total is at 91. So this class is actually over capacity right now. Normally, if you see 90-90 or 20-20, something like that, it's always worth contacting the instructor and saying that you're just interested in the course, you understand that it's closed or full, but if a seat opens, then to reach out. It's always a great idea to show up to class anyways, because more often than not, if a student doesn't show up, that instructor might be able to, give that seat to you. So I'm going to go back home here, main menu. Let's see if there's anything else in self-service that I think is important. Absolutely. So campus finances, here we can manage any information that we have with financial aid. You can accept and decline any awards at the beginning of the fiscal year or whenever those financial aid packages are completed by the Bureau's office. We have personal information, you can modify that. Academic records. So at the end of every semester, your transcript gets updated. So it has all of the classes that you took this semester in your transcript, and once the grades are done and the semester is over, you can view your unofficial transcript to see what grade you earned in that class. So your transcript is a very important thing at the University of Rhode Island. It's basically your record. So this record or this transcript that we're looking at is what you usually look at when you want to see if you've completed all the classes to graduate. So you can review that, request that unofficial transcript by just clicking here and then view report, and then a tab is going to open that has your unofficial transcript here. So it's really good to keep track of what you've done, what you haven't done, what your grades are, what your GPA is. All that information is on your transcript. So it's a really important document that you should, look at every semester at least once. Okay, so we're back in self-service. And I think that's all I want to cover for self-service. There is other stuff here, but not too important. And if you do have a question, again, like I said, you can feel free to reach out to me. So what else do we want to look at? Okay, great. So you change your password option. So that's important. Like I said, every 180 days you're asked to do that, but getting in the habit of doing it every month is definitely a great idea. Just because this portal is so important that hopefully it's for your eyes only. So the secret word for this presentation is going to be in the next video. So stay tuned and check that one out. Thank you so much. That's eCampus. We're going to take a look at Sakai next, and hopefully you have, hopefully this helped and kind of allowed you to get a little bit more comfortable with eCampus.